Well, I started my career in retail through a serendipitous route. I was due to be a doctor. My mum and dad decided that's what I was going to do. But I didn't want to be a doctor, and my father was frustrated that I didn't have a job. And my mother suggested one day I should look at retail. I looked at retail, and I wanted to go to the most successful retailer, and the most successful retailer in the 70s was Marks & Spencer. And I was very lucky. I applied. I got a first interview, a second interview, and I got offered a job. And I said I would stay as long as I was happy, and I stayed there for 20 years. I think what I found that I loved about retail was, and I think of all the people that I've met who are still involved in retail and I still get a real buzz from, is that it's never the same every day. This is a really fast-moving business. You have to be on your toes every day. You have to know what the trends are, what the customers want, what's going on, what your competition is doing, what's going to differentiate you between, your next competitor to make sure you come out on top. And I found that quite thrilling, and I still find it exciting today. Well, I think what's happened to all businesses, and M&S is a good example. First of all, it's still a fine business, but it's not the business that it was in the 70s. And that's primarily, if I might say so, because I always refer back to a saying of one of my old bosses, Stuart, if you don't look out of the window every day, when you finally do, you'll find the world has passed you by. And we live in a very fast-moving world, and consumers are, ever hungry for new experiences, new products, and new things to curate their lifestyles. And M&S slightly lost it. Well, therein lies the catch. I'm not going to give you a specific retailer, but I think if I was coming into retail today, knowing what I know, would I still come in? Yes. Is retail still got a fantastic future? Yes. Is it about to disappear? No. And if we look at those retailers, the sorts of retailers which are the M&S equivalents of the 70s that you might want to go and work for, they are ones who are absolutely current with trends. They're the ones who give you the service of what you want, when you want it, how you want it, at a price that you're prepared to pay. And we know who those people are. Some people are very negative about the Amazons of this world. I think Amazon is a fantastic business because it's democratized retail for thousands of people and provides a fantastic service and fantastic value. Now, could it be improved? Should it be doing things that it isn't doing? Should it be embracing ESG more than perhaps it does? Maybe, but it's a retailer of today and not a retailer of yesterday. One of the attractions of retail is the fact that it's constantly changing, but what we have seen is we've seen the rate of pace of change accelerating literally exponentially. A phrase I used to use was that in the days when I joined retail, the customer was regarded as king, and the customer is no longer regarded as king. I say today the customer is master of the universe. You have got to provide them with what they want at every single moment of the day or night through every channel that they choose to shop with us. And if you haven't got that, you're a loser. And if you have got it, or you anticipate those needs, you're a winner. But the excitement factor and the excitement quotient for those of us who've got the energy and like change is fantastic. Well, I think what's fundamentally changed from my point of view is, and you have to remember, I'm an analog retailer who's moved relatively seamlessly into the digital world of retail. But in my day, it was about food and clothing. And clothing, you had to buy food because you need to eat, and you had to buy or you bought clothing because that's what you went and did after you had some disposable income. People are richer today than they used to be. They have more time, they have more disposable income, they're buying less clothing, they're eating more sensibly, and they want to curate their lifestyles, and they want experiential stuff. So we've seen the growth of travel, we've seen the growth of eating out, we've seen the growth of electronics, we've seen the growth of add-on factors to people's lives like cosmetic surgery, accessorization. And that's the new world of retail. The old analog world that I came from, clothing, is a tough world, but you can still be successful if you offer the customer value for money. Price times quality. You've answered your own question. Relevance is absolutely the key word. When I joined Ocado, and I'm very proud to be chairman, and I've been there nearly 9 years, this business was written off before it even started because it wasn't relevant. What people failed to recognize was it wasn't what was relevant then, it is what is going to be relevant for the future. You need to be a soothsayer. You need to be a man who can look, or a woman who can look into the future. And Tim Steiner and the team there said, today's bricks and mortar retailing environment and today's bricks and mortar retailing structure is not going to survive into the 21st century in a profitable way. Nobody should come into retail if they're glass half empty. It's not a job for you. You have to be a glass half full person. And all the people I've had the pleasure of working with in my life are glass half full people. You have to be optimistic. Retail isn't going to go away. Retail is full of excitement. Retail is full of people who've got exciting ideas. If we just move with those ideas, develop those ideas, and surprise and delight our customers Monday to Sunday, and this is where the difference is, not between the hours of 9 and 6 as we used to, but between the hour of midnight back to midnight, then we'll be successful.